Here we are back at the Explorer train by LEGO City. This is set number 60470. Contains 1,517 pieces. Retails for $209.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. And remember in the last installments, we were starting to focus on this little cave portion here. And I did this one in one installment and this piece in another installment. And the pieces are solid, but I moved this and it easily detaches from the tracks, so I found that out. It's not really durable while you're still building it, but the main construction is not too bad. And this is essentially what we did, and this set's been keeping my interest. I want to get back into it today. And yeah, and so far we have not even touched the stickers, so I don't know what's up with that. Let's begin. Let's build it. We're going to be starting with bag 6 today and getting this going. And I'm really hoping to film this by the end of the day. I don't think I am, but today is, I believe, the 24th of June 2025. And yeah, it doesn't look like we got a whole lot, but I never let the size fool me sometimes, as this could be packed with 1x1 studs or tiles. And yeah, I'm slowly getting things together. Oh yeah, look at all the small pieces in that one there. Okay, we got a lot of stuff to do. And let's see here. We got the blue can from the void to tell you to shake everything out. Okay, now we got to bring this back into the frame here. We're going to have to start focusing on this. And this would have been helpful if they put these in the last bags, but they didn't. So if you're planning on moving this, get the whole booklet done first. It's going to help you a lot. So I've been trying to get done with a lot of sets. Before this one, I just got done with a little poly bag because I needed something to fill in for in between the big videos. Right now, I just released the shoe, the Nike Dunk shoe. I'm still working on that big tower set, processing those, editing those files. And the only thing I got done was a friend set review out of all that. And I read one of your comments. You've been asking about when am I going to get to the friend set. You just have to be patient. It's going to happen. I can't wait to get to the friend stuff too. But right now, I want to get done with certain sets, get them out of the way, and right now we're focusing on just getting the train done. And let's see, I'm trying to do the biggest down to the smallest sets, so I'm trying to grab a little bit of everything, pretty much anything over 1,000 pieces at this point. But I am going to get to the friend sets eventually. It's just going to take some time to do it. Okay, so that's just how it is. And for the most part, though, this is not a bad set. It's just big. It's big. We're going to be doing more big stuff. And yeah. Okay, my stomach is growling, but I just had a meal, so I don't know. You know, some people hear noises in the camera. There's just some things I can't filter out, you know. I know some of you are just used to the piano music and stuff playing out full blast. Alright. And then be careful with your little ice stalagmite things. These things are brittle and falling off. Now we want to focus here. So it looks like now we're putting together a little spruce tree that's snow covered. Well, it makes you want it to be Christmas again, doesn't it? We're a long ways away from Christmas. Got to do all this stuff first. And Doesn't look like this is going to stay together very well, to be honest. And boy, it just sounds like I hadn't eaten anything in a day. And if it gets to be the point where people complain about it, I'll just compress the audio where it just sounds like it doesn't sound good. Okay, we got to put another shaft in there. You know how some people are, they like to analyze every frame. I don't know about this tree. This just doesn't look all that trying to get it all set up here, but yeah, that's a kind of half-baked Lego. I don't know what you're doing here, but okay. And getting that in there is probably going to be hard as it is. It almost looks like it fits in this way here better. I think that's why you had that one side that was bare. So I think it fits like that. Alright, and then now we're focusing our attention back here. So it looks like there's just some kind of a gate. Remember, if the train goes over this thing's supposed to tip up. So I think there's supposed to be some kind of an avalanche. Like when the train goes through, the rocks fall down. I don't know. I have to find out when we get there. But, you know, we don't know yet. See if I can get this bag here done quickly. Okay, so that goes there. That tells me there's probably, this plate probably goes on the top. And let's see here. So if you got bunches of these mountain pieces, they will work for that too. Yeah, I've been kind of just, I'm starting to get tired of working on sets. This is basically working on somebody else's builds. And then these, or this thing goes here, and I'm just gonna pinch underneath here. You can press down. Just press on these studs here on the sides. Don't want to press in the middle there. So I think this is supposed to just knock some boulders down like that. Well, we won't know until we get the train built. And right here, this guy. Got some nice little platforms here, which is cool. Okay, now we're going to be turning our attention to something else here. It looks like some kind of an arm or something, maybe for the zip line. We don't know. I thought I saw a zip line on this thing. So that could be part of that. And I'm just gonna be, boy, they sure don't. Like, this is designed for little fingers. But I'm kind of just getting pooped of doing sets. It's and I only slept about 5.5 hours last night. I did not sleep that well because later on this evening everybody's going to be out of town but me, and that means I get to have the house to myself and nobody will bother me. It means I can go back to bachelor night. Okay, well now we know that answers our question. We got the string with the stud, so we don't have to tie any knots in this one here. But yeah. Girlfriend's out of town, my mom's out of town, and my nephew's going to go on a camping trip, so yeah, I would never thought I'd ever say that word too. But he's trying to find himself a cot, and I'm just like, sleep on the ground. Kids, they don't want to get too dirty. They want to stay as comfortable as they can. Don't bother me. So it looks like we're just adding more rock terrain and stuff on the top here. First I got to play the shell game to find the part. Rocks are hiding it from me. Okay. Now it looks like we're doing another spruce tree, so let's get going on this one here. Yeah, I'm kind of ready to get out of town, but I don't know. I could just do a solo trip. My family wouldn't be able to handle it too much because they want the comforts. If I want comfort, I would have just stayed home and have the comfort, but no. I want to be in nature. Honestly, I'd rather be in nature than doing Lego. I'm being honest. Instead of building spruce trees, I like to see them in person. And then this tree here goes right up by the rocks right here. And does it matter? I don't know, but I'm going to try to put it as close to what they want here. So that's what it looks like there. We got to build another one, so 2 spruce trees actually. This one's built a little different. I mean, they give you just enough in this set to get you started. I reviewed that little Minecraft polybag set called the Lush Cave Battle, and they give you just enough to get you started on a biome. And yeah, but yeah, honestly, I'm I'm starting to get tired of working on somebody else's ideas. I want to work on my own. That won't happen until I get to get through this. Now Lego's not forcing me to, but the problem is though I don't want to have a bunch of sets in inventory and then want to go do something fun. I'm stuck with sets, and then this one goes right on here. So now we got some greenery. Okay, now we got to tie the zip line onto here. Means I'm going to have to try to rip that off there. Don't ever throw your tape on the floor, especially if you have carpet. It's not good. Okay, like that. I mean, I like these better. I don't have to tie them. And then you just make some hollow things. One of these must, oh no, that's an extra piece. And you set them on here. So you already know what's going to happen now. So when the train goes under this, it's going to hit that switch, and these are going to come falling down. It's almost like something you see like in a video game. Like that. So when the train comes by, let's do it like this here, and I'll hit this lever here. It'll knock these down, but of course I don't, well, I'm trying to get something in there, so I would just do this, but I'm not going to risk it and have to pick those up. And that's what we have remaining for that bag. Not too bad. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up with bag 7. That should wrap this up. And let's kind of get going here with this. This one's got a lot of parts. Ooh, that's kind of a nice piece to have. Well, maybe I should have broke this one up in its own installment. Well, too late now. I mean, what am I looking at? Well, I see these type of parts, and then I got this. Yeah, so we will be in for probably a lot of big and small parts. We don't want that getting behind there. So that's one done. And yeah, how am I going to plan filming this set? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to film part of the review in here. and I'm going to set it up and do the rest of it. Like, I'm going to do close-ups of everything, and towards the end of the review, I'm going to do a demonstration and then do my opinions on it. But each piece will be left off the track, and we'll just do a close-up tour of it. And that's pretty much how I'm going to do that. Because I'm going to show you right here, they want you to take 4 tracks and 16 curved tracks, and towards the end of this, they want you to set it all up. Okay, right now, I don't. Found out that scratch on my LCD screen, I actually had the protective cover on it, so I could peel that off, but I decided to leave it on there. I don't want to have any accidents. And yes, step 165 is just 2 of these guys. So some snow dogs, you get a pair of those. Kind of cool, huh? Okay. All right, now we're going to start this. And now I got to clean a spot over here. Start working right down there. Yeah. So I'm hoping to breeze through this one really quick. Get it filmed, hopefully tonight. I doubt it, because nobody's here. I can do that. And just kind of, get it done. I know, like I said, I know some of you guys have been asking about the Friends sets. Yes, I want to do the Friends, but I want to do this train set because this is one of those items that's big and I have nowhere to put it. So when nobody's here, I can film it real quick. And I may sneak a Friends set in. We'll see. I'm just doing biggest down to the smallest, so it may be a while. We don't know yet. Okay, I like these little cap pieces. They're cool to have. These right here. So they do line up with that. Kind of cool. Alrighty, and now we get ourselves a leaf piece. You should get some nice earth green leaves in here. And I'm really hoping to just get this thing done. It's not a bad build, it's pretty fun. It's just the size of it that I gotta find a place to put it. Well, after the demonstration though, I may just collapse the tracks, put everything in a tote, and wait till I edit everything to make sure. But the review on this thing's gonna be kind of crude. The whole gist of it is that this is the format of reviews that I'm going to be leaning towards. If you're interested in this type of build like this is what I'll be focusing on here. So a lot of people just cut out the building or they do a speed build. No, but a lot of you have been telling me you like this pace. Because we could build together. If you got this set and you're building along, that's cool. Let me know if you're building along. Because this set's already been released. I know there's some out there who do that. They'll ask me if I'm getting a set. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm getting this set, and they can build along. So yeah, I think this is going to go on the rest of the mountain. I'm not sure yet, but it's always fun to build with Lego pieces. You know, if they say it's for children. But who says? Because we're all kids at heart, right? Who wants to grow up? Too many boring things to do. I know. I live it every day. I'm like, oh goodness, I want to get out of bed and have to go do work stuff. But I have to do it, so yeah, it just has to be. Yeah, this is not a bad build. See, I like doing the terrain stuff, so for me, terrains are always fun to do. You know, it's just, like when you see me do my campgrounds and stuff, those are always fun. And yeah, okay. I was on YouTube watching some news clips of recent events, and yeah, it's just cracks me up, a bunch of grown men arguing and complaining about things that they cause. It's like, oh, this is why I'm a grown man still watching cartoons from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Heck, I even watch black and white stuff because I don't want to have to hear it. Yeah. But I think, you know, whoever gets this set, you're really going to enjoy the build. I just think it's big for my style, but I've always wanted a decent train set. This looks like this is it. I want a city train. Well, this is City Arctic, but you know, still, it's a good base to start to see how this train is built. Can I build a custom train? I know there's some of you that probably want to see me do that, and I've been getting a lot of requests, especially for those in the train communities. I want to see Jay build a custom train. Well, I may just do that, and if I do, you know how elaborate my campground builds are. Just imagine the train going through something like that would be kind of cool. I bet that goes down there. I won't know because the page just refuses to turn, and that's exactly where this goes, right here. I'm not sure what this does yet. It may go on the top. We don't know. Yeah. And, well, speaking of that, everyone, thank you, everyone, for being contributors to my main channel, excuse me. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, because that's going to lead to a rant. And thank you to my Rebrickable customers for purchasing building guides. I got a few more I got to post up there. I just got to get through at least part of this today. And my subscribers, people who comment, I appreciate it. I always like reading the comments, especially for improvements and stuff. And I like reading, you know, the good comments, even the bad ones, because those I get to block. But I appreciate everybody for taking the time to watch this channel. And if you like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. And if you've been around for a while and you're like, oh, you know, Jay, I'm kind of tired of all this, you know, I'll understand, you know, that kind of thing. So just keeping it real here, folks. And I don't know if I can zoom in just a hair here for you. So I've been just kind of just enjoying things. And yeah, so I got a few building guides I got to post up on Patreon. Or Rebrickable. Patreon, I'm done. I am literally done being a nice guy on there. And I don't mind taking requests for people or members, fans asking for building guides. If I have it all posted up there, well, I used to. I had a guy did such that he paid to join just to download a building guide and just leave. I don't get it. I don't know why people do that. I'm missing another slope here. And I thought, if you wanted to make a one-time purchase, go to my Rebrickable. I made it just posting it on there, say, hey, this is for the more recent stuff. If you're interested in making a single purchase, put a request in and I'll fulfill it. We're missing a slope here. Uh-oh. Probably got stuck in the bag. Start moving some of these big white pieces out of the way. And just leaving that, you know, that's, you know, it's like, did I do something wrong? Yeah, it's hard to say. And let me check these bags here real quick, make sure I didn't forget anything or it rolled on the floor. We don't know. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of that. People asking for a building guide to give it to them, and then they bail. So now on, you have to be a veteran Patreon supporter, and two, you can't be a newbie. And second, now I'm going to have a part limit, so 300 pieces or more I will not post on there. I got plenty of small tutorials. Well, son of a gun, it looks like I don't have any more of these. I'm missing one that goes here. Lego. Now, I don't know if it's missing or what. Let me take a close look right here. Okay, this slope is not supposed to be here. That's why it I wanted to check before I started pointing those fingers again. But yeah, I don't quite understand that. And I was going to mention a guy and talk about it on here and say how he requested for a building guide, but once they get what they want, they leave. I've noticed that's been a trend on Patreon, so now you got to be on there for probably 6 months before you can make a request, because I'll just deny it. And two, now on we'll have a part limit on new stuff. So if somebody says, "Jay, do you have this building guide?" and look, they're freshly adjoined. Be like, yes, but it'll take 12 weeks to get it up there. I'm sorry, but I've gotten tired of being hornswoggled. So that's like, why would you do that? I don't get it. I don't understand that. And I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. And let's see here. Now, speaking of all that stuff we were talking about in the last segment, Rebreakable, I'm slowly getting guides up there, just have to be patient. Okay, this goes on here. Okay. And I'm trying to do is get as many building guides up as I can. I was going through some old stuff, and I was going through one of my old bathroom videos, and I thought, oh, I never did a building guide for this, let alone a video tutorial. So that'll be my next big project, is that. It was that public bathroom, like the full one with the park restroom with the showers and stuff, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be doing that one, getting that going there, because... Okay, what am I doing here? I'm really not paying attention today. So I'm planning on doing that. Okay. And my whole intent, though, is to back up all these ideas. So it's a mock, never been into a tutorial. So that one you will not find anywhere. And that one I know is already over 300 parts, so I will not post it on Patreon. It'll just be direct to whatever. But if you're a veteran Patreon supporter of mine, I will honor it. What I may do is just, I'm going to see if there's any way I can send a free code or something like that to on my Rebreakable page, so you can just download a copy of it for free or something. I got to think of something for that. Pretty much that's how I would do it. And once you redeem your copy, you can download it and save it into Rebreakable, so even if you lose your file, you don't have to redo it. So yeah, I can't believe somebody did that. And then they probably will complain later on that they didn't get another build. I've noticed that, and that what difference between that and Rebreakable is Rebreakable, you buy it, you know, that's it. You just buy the building guide. All right. I don't know what's going to go there, huh? Something obviously is going to get attached to that. I got another one of these little dogs here. Or maybe those are the same dogs. But you know, a lot of the building guides I do, you know, like I've said, a lot of this stuff here is just for hobbies. It's just hobby use, and, you know, just for hobbyists, including myself, so I can preserve my ideas. I mean, if some people want to steal, that's fine. I don't care. I just won't upload anymore, and they'll just be a la carte items. So I'm going to put it right on my... I'm also going to start a Patreon store. It'll be the same as Rebreakable. I just got to think of how I want to do a parts list. And speaking of that, guys and gals, for you guys and gals who are on my memberships, the names that scroll up, I have a way to put a parts list now for you guys and gals. So it'll be in the membership, or it'll be in the community tab on my YouTube channel. And my whole intent of that is so you can download the building guides at your leisure. Okay. Yeah, so that I've already found a way to do it. I don't know if you can literally download those or not. I have no clue. We'll figure it out eventually how to do it. If you're on a computer, you can just right-click Save Image As. I have no problem with that. That's all good there. Because I don't want anybody downloading them, I just won't post them. But as far as for a list, I can't do anything else. That's what I liked about Patreon, because I can upload those downloadable lists, but I can't do it on YouTube. But like I said, I'm coming up with some ideas. So, and know that I'm not going to increase the price; it'll still be the same. $2. But you'll get more for $2. Because I've already got a parts list. I thought, well, why don't I just do that? Because I get more requests from people asking about it. And yeah. Alrighty. And the whole intent right now is to get this done right now. Back to the set though. I need to get this part done today. Okay, we need 2 inverted slopes, but I'm not seeing where they go in the book here. Huh. Where would they go? Oh, I see it. Okay, I'm not paying. I'm being an airhead today. They're supposed to go right here. And this time, remember that one installment I left that one out? We're going to count, make sure there's 1 and 2. I forgot one of those. And then we got some more gold in here. So this is like a little gold mine. Okay. And for these, so it's just like a little cave, you know, that we can explore. That's kind of cool. These go on top of the slopes here. Whoops. Well, it's already, the cave's already caving in. We haven't even finished yet. We haven't finished mining, and the cave's already caving in. And back to that now. Yeah, so my intent is to get this guy filmed today. Try to. And I know some of you have been mentioning friend sets. So if I see a friend set that's big, we will get to it. And I notice I don't have any more icicles. Unless the leaf is hiding them. Yeah, you can tell doing all these after a while gets kind of redundant. But what I had found out though is that this bag here, I think this book here would be built by 1 person. So I think this is sadly like 2 people could build that, but then you got to have the 3rd person who works on the rest of it. So you'd actually have to wait. The point is to build 1 piece, and you don't have to wait for your partner, and at the end you put it all together. So I would say that this book here is meant to be built by 1 person alone. So that's what I'm gathering. Okay. And I mean, we're getting something done here. We don't have a lot of parts left, so that's good. I'm trying to keep these installments very short, but I just don't want to, like this is finishing this up. I just want to get it done. All right, I don't want to drag this out for another 2 videos. And 2, in order to film more sets, I got to come back in and do just that. That blue one actually goes in there. At least we're not getting, we haven't got any of those big white pieces yet, so I don't know. Oh, speaking of that, we're just getting to them now. So that goes there. Okay. Well, what would I use these for? I don't know. They'd be good for like campers. Matter of fact, the front of a motorhome or travel trailer. Give it a nice rounded contour. Even a front would, but these are kind of bulky, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Got a little space inside there. A little Easter egg hidden in there, I guess, because I wouldn't even have cared so much, but you know how I am. I gotta, you know. Now we're using these up. And okay, this goes like this. Okay, I'm just going to wiggle that in there and just kind of wiggle it in. There we go. We got that hole there. Well, we'll fix that right now with some slopes. So yeah, you're working in different angles in here. It's not too bad. This is not too bad at all. And after this bag here and this installment, guess what we get to build? The train. I can't wait to get to the train. That's going to be a fun one to do. And then we're going to just kind of see how that train goes together. Okay. And we'll get the train done, and then we'll be finished. And then this one here goes right here upside down like that. We've been building those other ones, but now we got one like this with the holders on there. And we got water coming down, cascading. Maybe it connects with that other waterfall, we don't know. So it looks like water's just pouring out of the side of the mountain there. That's kind of cool. It just sits in there. Okay, it looks like we're turning our attention to this area. Start locking all that together. We're getting close to completion here. Take some more snow parts and put those in there. The next ones be, I bet those are next. Yep. Hey, I can always use 1x8 bricks, not in gray, but I can always use 1x8s. Hey, at least this one's got some big pieces here. We're not just building with small stuff. Okay, wiggle that in, and then we put the slopes in next. No, we don't. We got to put the leaves in here, so we got to grow. Oh, these leaves go here. Okay. I bet this next part comes in. What goes in there? Oh, but we're locking this in. So we're using these things here. I mean, I never figured using these with these leaf pieces to have plants peeking out of the rock. So that's pretty cool. Okay. And I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody was late to work today. Oh my goodness, look, we just hit stickers. Finally, on bag whatever this is, bag 7. We're already over halfway done building this, by the way. So now we got to put some wanton and rewards. Oh no, I thought we were going to be done with crime. It's a city set, what am I saying? I always got to have crime and city. These would have been better if they were printed. Well, you know what will happen. We'll rid the crime and we'll rip those stickers right off those tiles. Well, at least for now we're finally getting to get some of the stickers out of the way. Okay. And then the posters, this one here, okay, it's with the angle part. So this one here goes right here hanging off this rock. And then this one here just kind of tacks into here. That's kind of a hard place to grab that one, so it's like a little Easter egg there. Must be the bad guy's hideout. And then now we come in here, stick the barrel in there, and then we got to put a pickaxe, and this is just your standard dark stone gray. Alright. Yeah, so my nephew left for work. He's going camping right after the trip. He said he's just going to directly go over there. So that means now I'm a bachelor again. I don't have to worry about anybody here for a while. Set that on there. Okay. Boy, that doesn't fit in there very well. You know why? I forgot to put the stud in there. Whoops. Well, there we go. Okay. And then this gets attached to here. Now this thing's not, I don't think this thing's all that sturdy. I haven't tested it yet, but it looks like it's ready to break. This goes right here. Okay. And it just rests inside there. I want to make sure I got it on the right side. And that's it. But what if you want... That's going to be hard to play in there, huh? But I can get the camera in there to look. Boy, that... I think this is just meant to come off. So when I do the tour, I'm just going to do this and bring it apart. So let's take a look here. Well, that just fits kind of loose, doesn't it? Too bad it doesn't hinge, would have been better. But that's kind of jiggly there. And then now it wants us to start attaching track. But what I'm going to propose to do, because it wants us to do all of this here, and right now I want to film up all the other parts. So basically up to this point here, and then you got to connect these up. So that's what the zip line's for. At this point here, we're pretty much done with building the train stuff. We're going to set the track up later, so I can't lose this. But it shows you this right here. We'll put the wolves on the top. So we'll just set those up there. I think that's what they are, as little wolves. And then where's the other one? Oh, they had the other one down here at this bottom lip. So we can set that right in there, huh? I mean, but that's not fun. We're going to put the other one over here right on the top so he can howl and watch the rocks fall off. And that's pretty much about it for this installment. Summation of thoughts. And yeah, is this thing pretty sturdy? And I'm going to be honest with you, if I pick this up, not really. This is, if you can see right there, no. I think honestly you set it down somewhere and forget it. Now, unfortunately for me, I got to deal with setting up the whole track thing. It's been keeping my interest, which is good. So I think what I'm going to do is slowly pack the stuff up. I'm going to take it into my kitchen. I don't know if I'm going to film the rest of it tonight or not. I don't know. So I may put this piece inside of a tote or something, just for safekeeping. And all this other stuff we will connect later. But I see this here being used for all sorts of stuff. But it is a little drafty for a cave. It's like it needed to be a little longer. It's like you just kind of went through a boulder here. I don't know. I mean, it... hard to say. Excuse me, I couldn't hold that one in. But yeah, I think we're done here for the day with this one. But now, the next installment, if I can find the building guides for you, which I probably have lost, we will be focusing on bags, which is going to get the fun stuff now. We're going to be focusing on the train and the power functions. It's like some kind of laboratory car and a flatbed. Probably put the snowplow on. And yeah, we only got 4 bags left. So my plan is I'm going to group these two together because these don't look like they take too long. And this one. So there's probably 2 more installments left. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this set. This thing this could have been improved. I think this should have been more on something stronger than this. But you know, I don't know. But I want to know what you guys and gals think so far of the Explorer train. Well, we're not exploring anything yet, but at least we got the mountain built.